November has been a fairly strange month, at least in terms of content creation and Google and AI, everybody's favorite. So for a quick recap here, as we're in December now, there were two, I would say, major content upgrades that Google had launched. First was a tool called Opal, and Google touted Opal as a way to create custom content in a consistent, scalable way. And you could instantly generate optimized blog posts, to which many in the digital marketing community and SEO community came out and said, what is this? I thought we weren't supposed to make content at mass and content that didn't have some sort of thought behind it. And on the other side, Nano Banana Pro came out, and that is a image generation type tool that now can create infographics and content that's very visual, and it's even inside Google Ads as of November. And a lot of these infographics that can be spun up pretty quickly may save time, but also don't have a lot of citations for where it pulled this information from or where the actual insights are coming from. So it really had people up in arms, and I wanted to just take some time to quickly recap when you should use AI, what it's good for, and sort of where those rules are, at least within Google and other search engines. So Google for the longest time has fought against content creation at mass, and they've kind of changed things a little bit, where now the verbiage within the AI generated content documentation, Google specifically says, using generative AI tools or other similar tools to generate many pages without adding value for users may violate Google's spam policy on scaled content abuse. So on one hand, they're saying, hey, don't go out there and make all this content that doesn't add value. But that adding value is kind of doing a lot of work there, right? And I think AI is a fine tool. And one thing I say a lot of times is that AI is a tool, not a solution. And in this case, using AI to maybe help you do some research, get some different ideas, find competitors, find different angles can be really, really helpful. But it's not just an end-all solution. And so if you're using these tools to spin things up quickly that are not actually adding value, and I would go a step further. The way that I like to do things, and the way we like to do things here at Cypress North, is creating the best content on a topic. And I will go out on a limb and say the majority of the infographics that you see, the Nano Banana Pro via Notebook, LLM, and Google Slides, whatever, wherever it is, are not very good at all. I'll put an image into this one here where Barry Schwartz, we do a show every morning, Monday through Thursday. It's called It's New on the Rusty Brick channel, Barry Schwartz of Search Engine Roundtable. And we were joking about vests one day. And he said, make me a history of the vest infographic. And this is literally what was on this infographic. And if you're a marketer and you're using something like this, it's disrespectful to your brand. It's disrespectful to saying that this is content. And I would say something like that is not adding value. The information is blatantly incorrect, right? And it's the same with what you find with a lot of AI generated content. A lot of times you read it and it's like, all right, this is okay. Is it adding value, right? If you're putting up something that you put a lot of time in, you used AI for research, came up with some different ideas, maybe you wrote it up and had it punch it up or fix some grammar, that's great. If you're just using AI to spin up as many pages as possible, that is not going to be a sustainable plan. Mark it here first, December 2025, you heard Greg say it. So I think the biggest thing is, while these tools can be touted as a solution, they are just tools. And regardless of if Google is out there saying, hey, we've got Opal and they generate optimized blog posts, I would go out and say, do not consider that to be accurate. And even with infographics, when you're putting something out like that, If you don't care and it's just a social post and you aren't hoping it does anything and you aren't trying to get any value out of it, good. Go use Nano Banana Pro. Fine. If you are trying to make something that is helpful for people, explain a complicated process, or break down some sort of ultimate guide, you probably don't want to just use an out-of-the-box tool that doesn't even know when vests were created. Are these things going to get better? Yes. Should it matter to your brand about not only being correct and not only making the best stuff? Also, yes. So I think it's like nuance, right? Where use AI to help. Don't use AI to scale things at mass. You should always have that quality kind of lens on what you produce. But it's confusing. It is confusing to people. And I think the main thing is, if you think something is the best, let it run. If you think something is really good, really valuable, phenomenal. Don't just make content to make it. You will end up in a world of hurt down the road. And honestly, you'll probably lose some of that reputation for your brand.